There are all these different cars.
Oh, thank you.
Well, and the thing that amazes me is I don't see any bias here. I don't see a bias toward any particular era or mark or anything.
Well, I didn't want to offend people when I came. was one of our special cars. Each year we have a feature car.
The guy owns them all. This guy here, this one, he owns all these cars and the big collection.
39, we had 339s, a 39 Pontiac convertible, a 39 Buick convertible, and a Ute, a 39 Chevrolet Ute, which was made in
Australia, right? Yeah.
By the Holden Body Company. And
but on a car chassis.
But on a car chassis. So what in essence it was a El Camino 20 years before the El Camino came out, which was 59.
So you've been collecting, Harold, for 4 years?
Yes. I started when I was 9.
Wow. 9 years old, he started collecting his stuff.
And you've just, is it out of the love of the car?
Yeah, I like cars. I really do. It bothers me when people paw them or scratch them. I had a wrecking yard, still have a license, but I could never stand to smash them up.
Oh, no, they're too beautiful. And do you think you'll keep doing this? You're just going to keep bringing them together, is that right?
I like the cars. I like the people I meet. I've met and made many friends. I can say that I can't think of anybody that I bought a car from that I couldn't go back and talk to them, meet them, or something, because it's always been a pleasure. At least from my side, it's always been a pleasure.
Well, and you're still doing this yourself. I mean, you go out and get these cars.
Oh, yes. And part of the pleasure is meeting the people, bringing the car in and wrestling the deal.
Well, and it's all part, everybody's part of this one big family of car lovers.
This was in a garage, if you call it that, like a one-car garage in Pennsylvania, and the roof was gone, the windows were out, of the building. And we bought it and brought it here and restored it, and look at the beautiful automobile it is today.
That is absolutely gorgeous, and right next to it is an estate wagon.
Yeah, this came out of Idaho.
Very well preserved. Now, you just mentioned having restored this, and you've got this great mix of cars that are beautifully restored to unrestored originals.
That's right.
And those are great patterns, because so much of this is lost with people restoring them beyond their original condition.
Yes.
This is a museum at so many levels.
There's another one we restored, the Buick convertible.
58, very nice car. Now that would have had a V8 in it by then.
Yes. Yeah, it's a V8. You can see by the insignia.
That's a Riviera wagon, isn't it?
That's what they call a Caballero.
Oh, okay.
Because if you notice, it's a hardtop.
Yeah?
A hardtop station wagon.
Very
unique. Caballero.
57.
So these cars, this place is in America, guys.
1954 Roadmaster convertible.
It gleams.
Beautiful automobile.
Well, you've done an awful lot just for the car hobby with bringing these things together. I certainly don't know anyone else who has come even close to what you've done here. And how did you get started?
Well, I've always had a love for cars, and even in high school, which was a few years back,
just a few.
I rebuilt at a very early age an old Model T, and I actually took it to the high school a couple of times. I had a toy train transformer because the mag wasn't strong enough to start it, so the toy train transformer would plug into the school's outlet, and I got it started, and I rode on the mag home.
So you'd have to be close to power to start it up, though. I mean, what if you're out in the cornfield?
Well, if that was the case, you either got to pull it or you got to have a battery. The mag just wouldn't start it, but it would run it fine.
Well, and I also got to ask. I mean, I'm up to a few cars now myself, but it pales by comparison to your collection. But I don't think I could get away with too many more. And my wife knowing about them anyway. How did you get away with pulling all these together? And
don't tell her.
She hasn't noticed. Well, I understand she's got a bit of a propensity for collection too.
Yes.
It must run in the family a bit.
She's trying to catch me, I think, because I think she's $18 or $2,000.
So we got a little competition going.
But it's wonderful because if she's looking for dolls and I'm looking for cars, we can go to the same place. The same place don't have them, but like if you go to Hershey, I'm out there plowing in the mud and she's in a nice building. But if I was in a nice building, it'd hurt my feet.
Yeah, well, you gotta have that soft
I can walk in that mud.
You're still getting a car to a week.
Yeah.
as you run across them and going out and picking them up yourself.
I tried to get Eric to buy a little buggy from, where was that from?
Sanford and Sons, the antique store.
Yeah, but from back east. It was
Oh, I didn't.
Rhode Island or someplace.
Yeah.
It was from. It was a little horse cart, wicker.
Oh,
I just hadn't seen one before, but I ended up buying it.
something you haven't seen. I can't imagine. There's still things out there that you haven't
Yes, there
seen.
are.
Now, you open this collection up to the public one day a year.
To the general public, one day a year, we have a lot of different things, schools, clubs, benefits where if they're trying to get a school some help or something, they'll sell a tour and then we'll give the tour. And we've done a lot of that.
Well, that is wonderful. And there's even plans, certainly for the LeMay Collection Museum, to bring this together and be, truly a national automobile museum.
Yes.
I think that would be wonderful.
What happened to Bill Harrah when he passed away and how the Inns took it over is a shame, because that collection, the finest in the world, got scattered to the four corners of the world. I have some of them, but that was a great collection, and it just got scattered, and I would hope that
The same
this
wouldn't
collection
happen
would
here.
not happen.
Well, did that influence your collecting, as a matter of fact? I mean, did you kind of see that happen and say, this can't happen again?
Well, that certainly made me think about how could you preserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, one way to preserve it is to have a museum and have it. A museum, contrary to a lot of people's belief, has to be self-sufficient. They give you so much time to get it going. Eric can tell you much better than I can, but there is limitations on it. It's not all roses, and it's not like people think. They have to work at it. It has to be self-sustaining after a period of time, which is right, because if it isn't, somebody's liable to get a hold of it and just try to get rid of it.
That's right. Well, and this is, I have to say, it's really one of the most historically complete collections I've ever seen. I mean, it really is spanning such a long period of time and so diverse in what you've collected. It's really like it's trying to say something about the development of the automobile in total, and a bit how it influenced the development of America.
I appreciate those words because I've always tried to kind of not just stick to Fords or Chevrolets or Cadillacs or do some.
You've got a bit of everything, in other words.
But to have what may appeal to another party or another person or another age.
Yeah, I've really been able to see the sense of even society's progression. I can't imagine a more extensive collection. Or having more fun. I mean, you seem to be having a lot of fun doing this.
Well, I do. Like I said, I like the people and I enjoy it. I'll tell you what, you see a smile on my face every time I'm bringing one in.
Yeah.